begin with breaking news from Sydney South, where firefighters are working to put out a massive blaze at a car yard.
Let's go straight to today's Sydney reporter Jack Hahn. Jack, this was a pretty close call.
Yeah, a really close call because this fire broke out just metres away from a battery storage facility holding lithium-ion batteries. So some very good work here from Fire and Rescue New South Wales this morning. To find out more, let's bring in Superintendent Adam Dewberry. Good morning to you. So what was the key concern for fireys when they rocked up here?
Oh, definitely the size of the fire. It had taken hold quickly. The fire was already venting through the roof. We'd already had some collapse. And that's despite we had 6 fire trucks on scene straight away. That was the immediate dispatch. Now 15 and 50 firefighters. Now, the fire spreading is always a concern. What's lost is lost in the fire. But that fire, dozens of cars which are a high fuel loading, but also at the adjoining warehouse, which is quite close, which has storage of large lithium-ion batteries, the large facility, the large storage facilities. Firefighters identified that and have cut that off and stopped that fire from spreading. They've also saved dozens of cars that are here for dismantling as part of this business. So a very good save. No injuries reported at the moment. So a good effort by the Fire Rescue New South Wales.
Yeah, well done. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time, Superintendent. So we had crews coming in from Cabramatta, Chester Hill, right around Sydney, doing a good job here. We'll have more, particularly from police next hour, to figure out whether or not this was suspicious. Back to you.
Jack, thank you. Now to a Today weather alert. A damaging hail is forecast for Queensland this afternoon. It comes as the state's southeast experienced a snapstorm yesterday with snow-like hail falling across the region. The Sunshine Coast and Glasshouse Mountains were hardest hit, with Caboolture even experiencing some flash flooding. And across the border, Grafton in northern New South Wales was hit by a wild hailstorm, with the town also copping 26 millimetres of rain in just over an hour. Locals taking full advantage of the weather event, with one young boy captured here making a hail angel. The union push for a 4-day work week for the same amount of pay is being slammed by the country's leading business groups. Live to Today Melbourne reporter Christina Hearn. Chris, the ACTU says a 4-day work week would boost productivity.
Jane, the ACTU says working shorter hours is not only good for employees, it's also good for employers because it boosts productivity, quoting or citing academic research. The union will outline their plan to the Economic Reform Roundtable next week. But it's already been slammed by the Business Council of Australia as a cruel hoax, saying the evidence they're relying on is fundamentally flawed. The Prime Minister has already said that the government has no plans to adopt such an idea. It does come as public servants here in Victoria could be working in the office just 1 day a week. So the expectation at the moment for public servants that work from home is they do so 2 days a week, so they do 3 days in the office. However, the Minister for Government Services believes it's okay if employees do just 1 day a week in the office if their employer approves it. Jane.
Chris, thank you. Ross Judd, the man accused of murdering a Melbourne couple, has smiled and winked as he faced court for the first time yesterday. 39-year-old Athena Georgopoulos and 50-year-old Andre Gunn were attacked in their Mount Waverley unit on Monday night before being found by their neighbour.
I mean, nobody should have to come across what I saw down there. Nobody needs to live knowing that this sort of thing has happened to their family.
Detectives are investigating whether a drug debt or a dispute over pet German shepherds was the motive behind the murder. A former police officer has told how he helped AFP officers take down a man at Sydney Airport yesterday. A police firearm was discharged during the 41-year-old Victorian man's arrest. He has now been ordered to stay away from all airports.
The thought that crossed my mind is if he got free of us, particularly with a firearm of that type, it could have been catastrophic.
Former officer William Wiltshire will join us later this morning on the show. Donald Trump could be coming down under in a bold bid to bring a World Leaders Summit to Brisbane. Live to Today Queensland reporter Andrea Crothers. Andrea, when should we expect the visit?
Well, Jane, get ready to roll out that red carpet, the fake tan and truckloads of hairspray for our humidity, because Brizzy could be hosting Donald Trump come next year as part of the annual Quad Summit. So that is a meeting between the leaders of India, Japan, the United States and Australia. It changes location every year, so this year it was held in India. But now Queensland Premier David Kursley, he's been putting the push on to get it in Queensland next year. And now Anthony Albanese, he has also thrown his weight behind that, saying this could be great to put Brizzy on the world stage ahead of 2032. It does beg the question though, is Queensland ready to host the Don? At least if we do, maybe Albo might finally score a meeting with the man himself.
Andrea, thank you. An American medical student from Utah has been identified as the young man who lost his life in a snowboarding accident at Perisher. 22-year-old Drew Youngquist died while riding through the Front Valley Terrain Park on Tuesday. He was experienced on the slopes and had performed ski mountain rescues many times himself as an advanced emergency medical technician. The Victorian government has voted down a push to review the state's self-defence laws despite a record surge in violent home invasions. The motion by MP David Limbrick, aiming to give residents more power to protect their homes, was defeated last night by a single vote. The Adelaide Crows are warning fans to beware of potential ticket scams as hype builds for the club's first AFL Finals series since 2017. Live to Today Adelaide reporter Bianca Wiley. Bianca, what should supporters look out for?
Good morning to you, Jane. Well, the Crows are flying high at the moment, so now is the time to be on alert for scams. Here's what to look out for. Ticketek is the only official seller for Adelaide Oval games. The club never uses social media, PayPal, Bitcoin or bank transfers for transactions, and check for these official email addresses. And Jane, if it seems like a player is reaching out to you with an offer, as nice as that might sound, it's definitely fishy.
OK, but looks too good to be true, then it is, Bianca. Thank you. Melbourne teenager Archie Wilson has made international headlines after an emotional appearance during a college football media conference.
So what's it like being first time you're away from them?
Yeah, that part's hard. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh, live to 9 US correspondent Jonathan Kursley. Jono, Archie has been embraced by plenty of people on both sides of the Pacific.
That video has had millions of views around the world. He's been the talk of breakfast television here in the United States of America. Plenty of people in support for Archie Wilson from Melbourne, who turns 19 today. He was recruited by the Nebraska Cornhuskers as a punter in college football. His debut just a matter of 15 days or so away. But it was that media conference yesterday where he showed a little bit of emotion and perhaps a bit of homesickness too when talking about his family and his brothers. His mum and dad, Lee and Jess, watched a little bit of that yesterday. Obviously, they are incredibly proud of their boy. He's got two younger brothers too. And they are going to be making the trip to the United States of America to be in the front row, you can imagine, at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, when Archie Wilson takes to the field in his very first game. And he's 19 today. So happy birthday, Arch.
Oh, happy birthday. I bet Mum and Dad can't wait to give him a big hug, Jono.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, everyone loves a showground snack, but this one might make your credit card sweat. The Blockbuster Burger at the Brisbane Ekka is turning heads this morning with its whopping $55 price tag. Wow. Now, for that price, the towering treat comes stacked with double beef, double bacon, liquid cheese, and a bun that is basically a hollowed out bread loaf.
Oh, it is too.
It is served with a side of chips and it is billed as a meal for two, although some reckon it could feed a whole footy team.
How are you supposed to buy three?
Come on, Jane.
How could you?
One footy player would have two of them. You'd have a knife and fork for that one.
You'd have to eat it with a knife and fork.
You cannot get your mouth around that.
Isn't that frowned upon, eating a burger with a knife?
How are you supposed to eat
that,
Danica?
Yeah, you can do it. You just get one of those.
Squeeze it down.
I can see you studying it going, how would I tackle that?
Would you not squish it down?
You'd start in the corner maybe and
yeah,
make your way down.
and then just make your way around it? We should get one into the studio.
We should try it out.
See.
Different techniques.